I will appreciate. And of course, Sunday also, but usually most Wednesday class students, top students, also more knowledge. There will be always also the subjects talk Wednesday course, a little bit higher or a little bit complicated. This is not hard, example, 10x, 70 topics, they makes you very headache. Then automatic translation, like that. But anyway, it's very good. Even you don't understand that, put very strong impulse. Then the purpose of our studies is what? Subdue our mind. Keep our mind to not thinking too much, not going all the war. Then a little bit put together the Dharma, the peaceful, try to make happy life, try to make peaceful life, comfortable life, wonderful life. Then you have what we call little develop to compassion, loving kindness, all sentient beings. Then you always very comfortable. You don't get any enemies. All sentient beings. Because we also lot of mistakes. The mistakes also not because some mistakes. Intentionally. Intentionally we don't want to mistake, right? Everybody. Everybody wants to perfect, right? Not intentionally. But we always mistakes. That's why. Because ignorance. Therefore, whoever mistakes, if you think doing people doing mistakes, be kind. Before the person. True not mistakes, but it's not intention. It's just ignorance. Therefore, when the vows of refuge, they say, you don't go with non-veg friends. But then don't completely give up that person. If you look on, you completely give up, you 100% you give up that person, then if those persons really take the refuge of Buddhachita vow, that's also you broken some vows. Therefore, you're not allowed to give up complete that person. But if those person is non-vegetarian, don't follow his advice, like that. Then you don't, you have to keep that compassion of Niji, compassion for those kind of person. Therefore, the most our problems, maybe 95%, they create our mind, ourselves, not outside. For example, we have a lot of doubts, right? If two people talking in the maybe front down, maybe not very close, you don't hear what they're talking, then maybe too long, maybe they look at you, then they're talking, then you think, oh, they're talking me. They're talking me bad things, right? Do we have this? Even they don't say anything for you, but they just, maybe there's some looking at you also. They're not looking intentionally, but something looking at you, looks excellent, looks at you. Then you think, oh, maybe they talk about me, bad things maybe about me. Then you get not comfortable, right? But this who made? This just human, right? Because you saw that this person talking, that you don't know what they're talking about, then you think, oh, maybe they're talking about me. And then you're not comfortable. Then you have a lot of doubts. Maybe I did something wrong, the other person, the friend, maybe 2-3 days. Then now he talk about me that maybe as we talk, I talk with them, maybe something like that. Now he talk about me like that. Therefore, anyway, we make law, right? Then we are not comfortable. Then we think, then can I just go to say them, what are you talking about me? No, you're not. Therefore, like that. Then, example, we have a lot of ignorance makes for us a lot of doubts. Then we create a lot.
Superstitions.
A lot of superstitions. Then we own create a lot of problems. Then they check, of course we disturb the others' happiness, but also disturb our peaceful life, peaceful things. It's true or not? It is right. We have not done right. That is therefore very, very important to 가산디 땅나무디 효로가 내가 가르쳐 봐서 심지어 버저거나 단어자고 있어요. 가산서 단어 쓰다 말이야. 단어. 그걸 다 단어자고 있어요.
쇼가다. 나는 그거 쇼가다.
인디면 쇼가다 가도 단어자고 있어요. 단어도 단어자고 단어 그래야 마셔. 그렇게 말했어.
수요.
인디면 막
수요. 단어주라.
말 인디가
so you have to train your mind to have a pure view, a pure vision of others, to see others, in a pure aspect, not seeing any faults in others, but rather seeing others all as good, pure, perfect, like enlightened, fully enlightened being.
간지 소소걸 로로파 점사 나미 가리나 지지가 근데 쬐는 따요 말이지 좀 쬐봐 쬐는
so we should try our best not to see the faults of others, so whether it's among the friends or families or the neighbors, we should always try to see only the good qualities, try not to see any of those bad qualities.
근데 소소 남도 공항이 도바시사 아니 대라 아니 소소 남도 된 거야. 근데 조금만에다 좀 잡아내 통한 거랬어.
And so if we look for the faults, then we always see all sorts of faults. Not necessarily there is a fault in them, but just because of our own superstitions and our doubts and superstitions, we may project many kind of faults on others, even though they don't really have those faults.
어떻게다 그디네 경이네 마다야다 소소 남도시로 맞아요.
And so it is important to not see the faults and not look at the faults of others, and to not have that kind of superstitions and doubts in one's mind.
근데 뭐 간지 나네 지 파트 양 돈벌이나 마보이나 그네나 강가나 지금 뭐 이치 제가 그렇게 좀
And also, important to trust others, whether they are smaller than you or higher than you or lower than you, higher than you or greater than you, whatever kind of person the other one is, you should always learn to trust them.
아니 뭐 간에 소주 찍어야 봐 이치에 왔나? 아니 뒤바라가 따와만 하고 가는 데 싫어요 말이야.
So if there is a trust among each other, then there will be no much difficulties of not having same kind of views.
어떤지다 지금 다 그래서 I have to say that I forgot. They shows I'm going again with old. 어떠냐? 아니 가제 소수기 밑에 주보다 밑에 내고 아니 야보인도 왜나? 아니 semchen 강가라 다 좀문이 다요 말해서.
And so if you want to have a happy and peaceful life, then you should not see others with faults.
아니 삼삼하고 남도들이 자그래서 왔으면 지금 도반다만 나서던데. 되니 갑라야. 아니 소수 삼섭시라고 소수 쌤 타고 되는 거랬어.
And so sometimes we will have this kind of doubts and superstitions in our mind. At that time, we should recognize that and try to take care of our minds.
근데 갑라야 아니 지소소 라마다 아니 지 상제도 소라 마음이 하고 지속 좀 마음이 하고 딱 오래서 뭐 근데 갑라야 아니 좀 대치 신경한데 아니 다 무슨 뭐 하시는 거지.
And so at those times, then we should pray, to our gurus, the Buddhas, like Taras, the deities like Taras and so forth, to bless our mind, to be not swayed, by those kind of superstitions and doubts. Otherwise, if we, otherwise, the negative forces also may cause us to have more of those minds, and that will bring more unhappiness and so forth.
Okay, that's
So that's the general teachings about Buddhism. So now we go to the text, and we are in verse 18, right?
18.
Or maybe 16, is it?
Yes, pension, they will draw out tell it. Remember them. Sure, pension, they will draw out tell it. Changing, Conam dog country, lemon to German cover, Dano, Genda, Conda Shas.
Excuse me. So here in verse 16 it says, "When I am separated from helpful and loving friends, it is the weapon of my own evil deeds turned upon me, for luring away others' companions. From now on I shall not separate others from their companions."
다들 되나로 그래서 와이나 아니 소소하가 추나 사지 가리게 아니 아니 상태로도 뱅에서 도바고 여기서 마도지 않은 뱅서 소소지 샘 이게 따세고네 자고 줘보 근데 뭐 요하나 딱 면대전다 카드데 예전에 로고하고 야나 땡이 병원다 면대전다 카드데 다 단도 매전에 잡고 쇼와 단도 가리고는 쇼와 아니 다 소소 겨왕마 아니 된지 뭐 지위를 단 적을 해서 그러 하여튼 용을 했어요. 가지 카트한테 매일 적으면 뭐를 했어. 소소라는 자식 팬들 아니 줘보 야나 지 이제도 뭐다 술 된지 패도 양마주 소소지 생각 봐야 그 이치 제대로 로테주도 된지 거네 된지 줘보도 저다 카트는 와 근데 근데 저다 땡이 뭐 카트 다 타는 거든 뭐 용도 와서 그럼 자식
So sometimes we have to be separated from our friends, those people who are very helpful to us, not just like separated, but like sometimes these people will leave us, right? And so those people who are very helpful to us in many different ways, like by giving us Dharma teachings or by giving us material aids and so forth. So whatever way they are helpful with us, they leave us. They are separated from us, so they leave us. And all those people that we like, who are very nice to be with, people that we feel like we feel like happy, wanting to be with them and so forth. So those kind of people, when they leave, or when we are separate from them.
어때 영화도 다들 가르치는 것은 난 너는 소리 깨워 너만 없어요. 아니 라미 엄마 아니 개개 개줄 야나 이제 지금 고 요보 대저 조모라서 봐. 아니 또 소주가 파 잘답지네 소주 쇼라주 뭐야 탐지되는 몸보시에 되리가 다 배워도 나 소주를 고려해서.
So when that happens, and then that is the result of the negative karma that we have created by luring away all those people that are close with others, like separating the teachers from the disciples, or disciples from the teachers. And so if the teacher has many good disciples, then you get attracted to those disciples, and this is then you talk nicely to them and say, "Oh, you should come up to me," and so forth. So like that, you separate the disciple from the teacher, or or like friends, so like if somebody is very good friend with other person, and then you like this person very much, so in order to have this person for yourself, and you say all these things, bad thing about other person, and then make them not to go to other person, or rather come to you and so forth. So it's always it's the native karma of creating this kind of action before, and because of that, now we have to be separated from the helpful and loving friends.
All of the special value political people. Come to this, come to this. Kanji, and not so meet me, so part of the Egajam with the other. Or to the source.
And so this happens a lot among the politicians, right? So they always, bring people in their party, and then try to bring people, those people who are very capable and skillful and all this, and knowledgeable and so forth. So they try to bring to their party, and also, people always go around and talk bad about other people and make them separate, like causing a schism among the sanghas and so forth. So because of all these actions that we have created, that brings the result of having to be separated from the loving and helpful friends in this life. So it's a similar, to the one of the verbal non-virtuous action, such as the divisive speech or the slandering, right? So you go and talk bad about the good friends, to each other, bad things about those good friends, to each other, and then make them become enemy, or separate them. So by doing that, then this kind of results happen in this life, that one has to be separate from loving ones and caring ones. So this can also happen, not necessarily intentionally, but also accidentally, but just from the way we speak to others, right? Sometimes they may misunderstand, or the way we act, the way we see and speak about the things may cause them to be separated from other ones. And so, for example, if somebody goes and says a bad thing about Geshe-la to Howard, and Howard says bad thing, and also goes to Howard and says bad things about Geshe-la, and then cause two of them to become dislike each other. Then that's slandering.
Right. Then like that, then I didn't check if he's troll or not. I go to engage with him. Maybe him also, he doesn't check. I said something wrong, then he doesn't get me angry. Then we both get angry, bring the karma. Then we both suffer. Then bring the karma. Like that. And then some long near the tana, kepa, Joa Gilachina. Lumbo says yours. Kadina Samsung hours.
So we should always think carefully, because they're saying that if we think carefully, from the beginning, from the before, then we're smart. If we regret later, then we are foolish. So sometimes, of course, this happens a lot to the people, that they don't really think, and they just do the things, or they say the things, and then later they regret, for doing that or saying that.
Therefore, if someone say, okay, Harvard, Geshe-la, Harvard say very bad things for you, I heard yesterday someplace, very nice talking. Then usually I have, 100% now done already say bad thing, but some person very nice talking, kadeo, some very nice talking, then same I said, maybe he talk like that. Then I have doubt. Then maybe also I'm looking for Harvard. He looks maybe he doesn't like me, he talk about something maybe. I make more my own superstition. Then more. Then maybe because someone really put me also some seed, then somebody really put some seed home, then if I say something that even I'm not saying some what we call it, bad word or that, but it's very easy to take the wrong direction. Even he also said doesn't very better. Even I'm very easy to take the wrong direction. Because they really put the very what we call ideas, very good seed, and very easy to change. Because we didn't check. I have some person very talking now, very nice talking, some people, whatever they say, sometimes it looks real true. Even they're not true, they how you,
the way we speak.
Yeah, wherever they speak, they look really true. Then they talk, then I said, oh, maybe he told me, yeah. Then I have some doubt, because yesterday or something, he showed me action, they looks not very nice. Therefore he doesn't like me. Then I'm not expectation. Then, he have doubt, I have doubt, then doubt. Then even we say something, then go to the wrong direction, then more and more suffer. Like that, always we really, when we talk, people also a little careful when we explain, and when we think also very important to be careful. Therefore, this versus the explains. Right now, even you, for us, we lose our dear friends. We don't want to lose, but we lose that things, our friends, families, good ones. Then, we don't want to lose, but we lose that things. Why? Of course, the condition, but main cause is you did lost dear close friends with more suffering. This karma come back for you now. Because that time those kind of person, they don't want to lose their friend, but you make them more suffering. Separate. Therefore you make them separate. Now you lose your friends. This karma come back for you. Therefore they say, now, since now, 이마 데리는 좀 데려와. 간지 데리기는 가 싸워지는 제일 메스. 데려와. 이제 이거는 다그 카트에 렌즈. 다나 젠다 콘도 참을 샤스. 근데 다 데리기는 가. 다 이마 데리네 데리기 봐서 찍찍찍. 다 니워들 데리는 뭐 지는 데가 명이 데리기 딱 내가 지는 제일 메스. 다 소리. 걔네도 제고 그래서
So these are the result of the Nehru karma of having created Nehru karma created by separating others, right? Friends from friends, teachers from disciples, or the husband and wife and so forth. So all these other. So from now on, from this day, one should think that from this day I will never create any kind of action that will cause the two good friends to be separated.
다 준비되는 것 같네. 네, 담바 탐쳐 담바 보내 뭐가 와서 담바 탐쳐 달아 뭐가 와 담바 보내 돈을 좀 많이 내면서 다는 담비 좀 방법샤세 다 담바는 다들 산지 때만 좀 마시기 제가 담바서 담바대로 산지 때만 준비기 제가 담바서 담바와 한게 자위로만 준비 제제 담바 쓰지로 대달아 소중한 파지 기점으로다 니까는 가리 지나요. 근데 전적으로 술이 출하지 가디나 지 투만이 자체로 뭐 단자가 된 뭐요 됐어.
And so now the verse 17 which says when all the holy ones are displeased with me, it is the weapon of my own evil deeds turn upon me for causing them aside and resorting to bad companions. From now on I shall renounce bad companions. And so no matter what we try to do, what we do to please these holy beings, like especially our teachers and so forth, they are never pleased or satisfied with us.
today you want to talk and today about the country and then I can send down and the does. Rangi chen de ga rangi shasho tsadam ta ba su su chi che da de ne la me chi ka na ta ba ya na je wa ma ma na sa ta ba na ji gomba da mun de be ta ka da mun de be le ka mo bo che wa ani ta ba na ta ja ya te da ko ji se mo ji wa ani ta san ji shan ju san ba ge ge de ka ni je wa de ji se mo ji wa de lu ka la mo ni ba o tin ji ji wo je ba de ta de da su su ya tuzuji the majuachi and the Yato the Tabashi Genji and the Chombo the Dot and the Ta Jina Jim and Trevor Ta Tala Suko
and so this is the result of the native karma credit by not respecting our teachers in the past, not listening to their advices or following their instructions, and having bad attitude towards them. And instead of following them, we put them on the side, and we follow those non-virtuous actions, non-virtuous friends or companions or friends who lead us to create non-virtuous actions that will lead us to be born in the lower realms.
Today the ta dashi number so today ta dana ke pa susu ta ba ge ge on so so lo ma ga ge nam je te ni sam chu so pa je dana yori ma res lo wa ni thong su yen susu ge ge no ma so so la ta ya bo ma du sam be thong su pa je chu so yo ma res yen na ya ta ni ta ba se ya de te la ma jo cho bo ta ba susu go chi ta ga wo ni wo bi bi ja to to mo ta ma te la pa ja na ta ba se 다 대중은 뭐니 소리 파야 소리 파까지 좀 토모로 야야 답시나 대중은 지 소소로 직가디나 마가만로 지 남제 보면 된다데 다들 용어를 왔어 용도 왔어.
So in your case, you might not have found a teacher or holy beings who you feel is displeased with him, displeased with you, and unhappy with you. You might not have found that, but also you can apply to our good friends. So people that you like, people that you feel close with, no matter what you try to do for them or listen to their advice and so forth, or try to satisfy them, they're never happy with you.
대장도 용도 해서 저도 대장도 가지고 와서 남이 있나요? 빈빈자이나요? 내가 잘 봐야나 다 간지 사서 쳐야나요. 수가디나 소소라지 남들도 되는 용도 와서.
So this happens, right? So it can be your co-workers, or it can be your family, your friends, and so no matter how much you try to be nice to them, they always treat you in a bad way.
Right, especially this country, easy to come there. Do you have any experience? Whatever taught you best to your co-workers, your family friends, but there's something the other person not seems like your wish.
They don't treat you like you wish to be treated.
That's happening. Today you want to talk to the today you want to talk to the na. Tadi nyamle jago, nyamle kali kau le terus. Itu hajung ke, macam tu cik sama. Nami ciat hajung beres. Tadi tadi kau le sama kartu na. Tadi dia orang ngaman susu go yang, tadi ke susu la cik susu labja jamin, susu la susu cik. Probolu tu cik itu kama ni macam. Tadi ta pocolo me tiga jago le sama kau le terus.
And so at that time, then we should apply that situation into practice. So applying into practice is very difficult, and so we should try our best to apply that into practice by thinking that when those kind of things happen, no matter how hard you try to be nice to those people, but they always seem to be displeased with you, or seems to not like you and so forth, then that time you should think that, oh, it is the result of negative karma that I've created by, not listening to the advices, of the holy beings and not following their instructions and, abandoning them and going with, non-virtuous friends. And so then from now on, one should commit, make a commitment. No, of course, one will heed, to the advices, of the Buddhas and Gurus. But even if it is, a good, a friend, co-workers, or a dharma friends, like brothers and sisters, if they give a good advice, I will always listen to them and will try to follow their instructions and will not go against them. So instead of coming close to the people who give you good advice, who lead you on a good path, you go away from them and go with the people who who lead you to engage in non-virtuous actions. And so those are the non-virtuous friends. So instead of going with the virtuous friends who give you good advice, you go with the non-virtuous friends, who give you bad advice and who make you commit non-virtuous actions, and that is bad.
And then contact them with the joy in the Rajimishu, Jishing Pami, Surgeon Zentin, Lela Jape, Dibitoin, Jibin, the Pontion of the joy is a Ragon General to Leon Mares, Gemoke, Semothene, and then that jump are looting the Ulis.
And so that's so the content that's great master. He said that a non-virtuous friend will not come with a horn on his head. He will come talking very nicely and smiling at you, and sure as if he's caring so much about you. And so those are the non-virtuous, but yet they lure you, they make you commit non-virtuous actions. So that is the non-virtuous friend, and you should abandon it from its root.
For example, today you come to the center to teaching. Then some of your friends come and say, oh, no, you can go tomorrow, we can go today to the movie. Right? Like that. I'm not saying you guys don't go to watch movie, okay? I'm not saying, but like this example, because your friends go to the teachings, but someone very nice, hey, hi, come, today we go to some such very nice movie. We're going to watch movie. Then, he doesn't say, oh, you have to come, otherwise I'll be here. He doesn't say very nicely. They go to the, watch the movie. Then you lose the opportunity to come to here, even you don't understand it, but influence. Even you can be, not any understanding, but very good influence. We merit, we read together the our sutra, better
Undercourse of
situation like that, we recite that very, very, yeah, even, someone could talk about surveillance practice. This is the best practice to make merit. Then Harsutra talk about emptiness. Even you think about emptiness, the moment, the merit is, we cannot explain. Even you build a big, huge amount of stupa, but hold all the jewels inside, outside, then you just think about a minute, maybe second, about emptiness. which one's more power? The power, so the correction. Which one's more merit? More merit. Is the emptiness. Therefore, we recite here Heart Sutra always. No eye, no ear, Therefore, it's very, very great opportunity to very big merit. I think this is all, I don't know, I never heard, I never saw, but most when the Lama keep teaching, before they start teaching, they always recite the Heart Sutra. I think this is the reason is because why we put the infants also with merit. This also, we can talk as a public, recite the public. If he doesn't know the emptiness, then they don't know what they talk about, just no, I, 다 얘가 요 말이야. 시다 또 많이 내가 머리와 돈이 때로 말이야. 다 너무 되지. 저는 뭐 지금 다지는 고 막으로 좀 고개 말고 깨는 말이야.
So if you misunderstand about the emptiness, there is a danger, right? Falling down. But if you don't understand it, then there is no risk. Right? When you are reciting Heart Sutra, it's pretty clear in English, right? And it says there's no I, no ear, no nose. So what do you mean by that? But in Tibetan, we also recite that. But so many people who recite the Tibetan text doesn't understand that. So they just keep on reading. There's no I, no ear, but they don't know they are saying there's no I, no ear. But they still have so much faith in the Heart Sutra. Say, oh, this is very precious, very sacred scripture, and it has a great merit in reading this. And then with that faith and devotion, they just read. Of course, then there's a great benefit, right?
Yeah, like that, example that kind of big merit. Even, if you say, among us stupa, big, among us stupa, we put inside Lord jewels outside them. We said this many years, takes many years, right? How big merit? Because the big stupa, very huge, and we put all jewels things. It's big merit. Takes many years. But if you take emptiness, just second, the merits that don't want to go back to
So contemplating on emptiness is much more meritorious than that.
Therefore, when we recite the Heart Sutra, I don't know you guys think of emptiness or not, not just, no, I know it, but it's, big merit. Therefore, that kind of opportunity, someone very good friend say, okay, we go to the movie, you can go to the center next week. Then you lose that today's opportunity. That can, and non-virtuous friend.
So those are the non-virtuous friends.
Like that, that can, because, he or she, they did to, you lose the opportunity to merit today, right? Today's example, today, someone may come to you, that then the obstacle, someone take a different way. Because you lose today's opportunity. This is they make obstacle today your teaching or your merit. This is the non-virtuous friend. Then we say, okay, then, I don't want to maybe. Those kind most friends is also your most close friends, right? Who doesn't know you, they doesn't say, okay, come to movie. You both your friends. Therefore, that time, of course, usually we have to, very important to
Also, on the other hand, it's important to get along with your friends, right? So if they want to go to watch movie, then sometimes you should agree.
Not always say, oh, this is Dharma, don't do that, don't say that, we have to live that as a word.
So you should also get along with the friends, so not always rejecting. So sometimes you should agree. Of course, if there's more important thing, more beneficial, like listening to the teachings or doing practice, then of course you should choose that. But then other times, if there's nothing happening, then you can go to watch a movie. It's okay, like that. For so they're saying that even if you have a realization same as the God, your conduct should be same as the human beings.
Right. Therefore, it's important to keep the community more, how to say, close. And anyway, the Kanga the Yam the look at the kitchen was.
And it is important to go along with others.
Okay? Then don't was oh maybe your husband or wife or maybe boyfriend go and say go to maybe I'm not going. If you said that you're the non-vegetarian, okay? Don't say that, okay? Big mistakes. but luck, this is can't. But don't say that, okay? Don't think of that. Then one day is okay, then more luck, how they non-vegetarian take you the different road. Like that, slowly. Then you also just move the complete different direction. Like that, and sometimes of course but not all the time. Then
so it is important to be smart by thinking carefully.
Okay.
So now verse 18.
And the dog is changing this or showing it. Rangi Tamba on a paper. On the Jella dog.
So it says, when others sin against me by exaggeration or deprecation, it is the weapon of my own evil deeds turned upon me for reviling the holy ones. From now on I shall not revile others by exaggeration or deprecation.
다디 텐다 가든다. 근데 텐다 랑기 이제는 예바서 그냥 맞아 장로와. 다 도매지 뒤가 다 신배가 소소를 추다라게다. 저나 꼬마고 송스. 그러와 저나 주마시에 송스. 아니 텐디가 다 도커나 소소를 되는 나라는 거です. 아니 텐디 쇼메제나 소소 다 젠지 디발아서 텐디 다 소소를 젠지 다 쩨서 텐디 쇼메제나 다 겨워 넘어나 없어요. 다 텐디 용거에서 와.
So sometimes even if we haven't done anything bad, some people they just blame us for having done this and that, right? Or like exaggeration and deprecation. So they may say that you have done this and that, when you have not done it, right? This happens a lot. So not necessarily that they will only tell you what you have done, right? So they may tell you what you have not done also.
traditional galaya tene tadi ko nyamle ngoma de kharche na ti ne kapse ya ta kewa jena ne sosu kewa ta ma ade sosu ko to mo tene la ya tene ke pa don don dam no so mo ko chi ke chonja ta ro la chu ko yo res so kewa ngoma tene pa chi ma ta te ke de ya chu ko yo res la ko res.
And so even if it was very small negative karma that you have created, somebody may just exaggerate and then say, oh, you did such a bad thing like that, so anyway, so when these things kind of things happen, then it is because of criticizing or revealing or criticizing holy beings or one's friends and relatives and so forth in the past life. So it's because of that that you are blamed, for doing bad things which you have not done.
근데 다 너나 야 미지가 나 되는데 다 지금 하다 너무 배게 하다 그러. 이 쪼도 지금 다 게다 때가 깨우면 대대야 돼서 도와를 해서.
And so if somebody blames you, right? Somebody blames you for doing something bad when you have not done it, and or criticizes you for doing something bad when you have not done it. So what do you think? So you just sit there and say, okay, this is the result of my negative karma, of causing others to become, causing others to be defamed, right? By criticizing others before, in the past, now I'm having to go through this experience. So do you just sit there and think like that, or what do you do? Or you try to go and explain? No, I didn't do that.
Yeah. 근데 갑라 때 양파 양 지금 되게 계속 쳐야 돼. 뭐. 양 가지 대신에 세워 맞잖아. 연도도 지대잖아. 다 봐주고 강 나와야 돼서 다 띵고 가이 사람 삼대대. 봐줘도 딱 일나와 돼서는데 이거 잘 모르겠어.
So if somebody said that, then you should try to clarify it. You should try to explain, no, I didn't do that. You can still do it. So even though they did that, that is the result of negative karma that you have created by criticizing others in the past. But or you cannot just sit there and then think, oh, this is the result of that negative karma. You should explain. Otherwise, if you sit there and sit quietly, then other people might think that, oh, maybe he's really bad. You're sitting quietly there, not explaining, not responding. So maybe you are accepting that you are bad. They might think like that, so it is important to explain.
소주 샘라다 드링가라 드링 강견들이 쇼한테 다 기왕 하마 소주들이 지금 레벨에 소주 샘라 대상부터 반드시 자야지 다 지금 소주고 지금 다시 가르쳐야 되지 지고서.
And so, in your mind, you should think, of course, this is a result of negative karma in the past, of creating this and this like that. But, but you should also clarify that, to others by explaining to them what is really, what is really.
다 된적이 지금 글쎄, 다 된적은 미치기 지라 받아 줘도 저게로 와서 줘도 제고 자 줘도 제도. 근데 줘도 쟁해잖아. 쟁해 되게야. 소주들이 제일 통화돼요. 지금 소주 제왕 하마야. 지금 소주들이 말은 다 지금 막혀 뭐 지금 제발이야. 소주들이 통일이 도서이야. 그걸로 선동돼 보셔요. 소주 제왕 통이죠. 중에식 중에도야 소주 집다. 교도 의네 옛날면다 소주 주 남도 같은 통화돼. 내가 너무 따뜻해 되고라. 다 소주 제왕 하마야. 지금 그거 저기 당황해서 껴고는 뭐 따위가 메시지를 껴자자면 따위되고 단단한 메시지를 껴들이 동대가 영어로서
And so even though you have not done bad, even though you are not bad, but somebody sees you as bad, right? And then that's why they say, oh, he's such and such, he's like that, so says all bad things about you, like that. So because of, because it could be, that he intentionally did that because he wants to criticize you or defame you, and or because he didn't think like that, but he really sees that. So if you start to see bad things in others, then you get used to seeing that, and then you get that habit. You build that habit, and then even though there's no faults in others, you still see faults in others because of your own habit. You see that, and then so at the time when that happens, then you should think, oh, other person may not have fault, but because of my own, bad habit, I'm seeing those faults.
어때는 거기는 아주 재밌다 되거나 거기는 되는 통화도 맞아 그래서.
So if we are used to seeing faults in others, then even though there's no fault in others, we will still see faults in others. That's because of our habituation of seeing faults in others.
근데 소주문에 대리 봐줘 가슴 통화든지 소주가 지금 샘기 대체다. 또 다만 노는 거.
So more faults we see in others, that much more, the peace and happiness we lose.
근데 다 봐줘 다 교도 제사된 거는 또 다고 대오면도 다 이놈도 다 이해 말어. 나 교도 쟁에 코로나 대오로 말어. 코로나 뭐라는 관리더라고.
Of course, the person who is blamed for being bad and so forth is, will feel unhappy, right? When somebody says bad thing about them. But even the person who is saying it will also feel unhappy.
근데 소주 끼고 매봐야 소주 근데 가디나 쳐다가는 소주 때딱 장화셔서 그다음에 아니 다시 바지 되어서 같은 차네. 아니 가디나 소주들이 나대게. 아니 가디나 소주지. 소주 세부대지 좀 그랬어.
And so just like somebody who shouts at some people, thinking that that will make him feel better, but no, that also makes him feel unhappy, even though he's shouting at others. That makes also him feel unhappy. And so at that time, if that happens to us, then as a Dharma practitioner, we should, or mind training practitioner, one should try to think that this is because of my habituation with that kind of thought. And that's why I'm seeing that, or because of the karma corresponding with the cause. that is similar to the action. The karma corresponds with the cause that's similar to the action. They're similar to the result and similar to the action. And so similar to the action, similar to the action, and therefore I'm seeing that kind of faults again in the others.
와 근데 다 근데 가봐야지 다좀 가로 다좀 자사가 밑에만 지금 내셔라고 잡아야나 아니 소소만이야 내가 당해 줘. 다 소소고 지금 다선 통해서 지 소소 좀 먹고 시험한테 전에 다선 통해서 못 대와 임바 소소 다 당해 주니 다 마음 봐 되는 손 다 들이 걸어주고 다선 담자셔봐. 아니 지금 이쪽 자사 되게 다 말하는 게 쩐데 총선 말하는 거는 근데 쩐데 매다 이나야 내 수수고 개와 넘어서 내 인생에 되게 삼으로 그 생각들로 삼았다. 해나 반드시들이 되어야 아니 주만의 수수가 말해. 다 배도를 물어봤어.
So when you happen to see, faults in others, and then you say that, oh, this is the person is bad in this way and that way, and that, but if the person explains to you, then you should, start to. I mean, as a practitioner, you should, try to accept, his or her explanation, and listen to that and say, oh yeah, that's true, whatever I see was wrong, whatever I see is not necessarily true, and I could be seeing it because of my, negative karma or my thought of my habituation, in seeing bad things. Because of that, I'm seeing it like that. So when others explain, we should try to accept. And then also when one is when oneself, is the person who is receiving all these criticisms, from others, then at that time, of course, mentally you should think that, oh, this is a result of negative karma that I've created by causing same kind of unhappiness in others in the past, by defaming or by criticizing them, and so from now on I will never do that. But in mind you should think like that. But but verbally you can explain. So, oh no, it's not like that. I'm not like that. I didn't do this. I did that, and so forth. You can try to explain to others.
어떻게든 니나라도 랑가 담반을 몇 번 있는데 랑가 담반을 해야 돼. 다 수수께끼 당하지. 상계를 해서 발라야 좋아지. 담반이야 랑가 수수고 정보 되나야 네가 좋아서.
And so here it is the weapon of my one evil deeds turned upon me for, how do you say this, reviling or revealing? Reviling, right? So upon me for reviling the holy ones, right? From now on I shall not revile others by exaggeration. So others here includes anybody, right? Like anyone's friends or relatives or the holy beings also, right?
다 너도 로우정 거 냠래 다빼 몇십씩 예전에 걸 다 속여서 와 배신되게.
So all this text, it all explains about the mind training practice in relation to the karma and their results.
와 되게 지금 소소라 강이라 태워서 말아 소소 딱 너네 가내적으로 뭐 가내 당한데 딱빼 몇십씩 받침으로 속여.
So this is really very helpful information, to think. What should one think at the times, when such and such bad things happen to us? When we go through such and such kind of difficulties, what should we think?
배 차로 오셔와이나 다다 나가서 지원하지 그나 무지겠다 말하지 저도 지금 알고 저도 제나 기실아 가서 그 말는지 장통 도스라 봐이나 다 무지겠 다난 로이 말 저도 지금 아우로게야 기실아 가서 그 말데 장통에 상인 통소대 말 되게 다 가려 저지 들려봐 나서로 다 디가는 가르성도 다 내용한테 수수 개와 남마치 다 몰라도 되겠지요. 무시 말아 지금 맞지 제. 그냥 저 대부도 수수 예수 수수 상도 됐다고 그래서 됐다나 근데 수수로 생각 그 강라 같은 게 있으니까 수수 대화 마음에 와서도 말아봤어.
So, for example, if someone says that I went to a bar, I saw you going to the bar and drinking there, so I didn't go, but so somebody just blamed me, right? Accused me of saying of going to a bar and drinking there. And so at that time, as a mind training practitioner, I should not become angry towards the person who said that. Instead, I should think, just like it says here, and it's the result of the negative karma of reviling others by exaggeration or deprecation. one should think like that. And then of course, you can try to explain to others. No, you must have been mistaken. You must have seen somebody else. It was me. I was never there like that. You can explain like that.
Then I have to explain back to the world. I'm thinking about mind. All this is my own karma because I did this in my previous life. Therefore, that's my karma. My mind is more comfortable because this is my fault. Then I didn't angry with you. If I didn't that, he told me very bad thing. This is impossible. Impossible, right? Impossible. I cannot accept it. I get angry. Then even I want to explain to you that I cannot explain very well because I'm very angry. And I cannot say very detailed words. Then just my thinking is, this is my own karma. I did this kind of previous life minutes. Now this come for me, this is my karma. My mind just calm down my mind. Then I can, this is not true, then I can just explain. And I can talk more, even I can talk more nicely because the other person was listen. Otherwise we both angry then just got it. She must pass to Chuchi more she
So you so you become angry at each other. So when somebody says something bad about something, false, something false, about you, and then you become angry and you shout at them so strong that you kind of throw a spit at them, right? So you do that each other, you do that to each other.
Then like that, then they cannot explain it very well. Then I just first come to my mind. I said, I heard that word. I said, it's my own karma. Just let it put down. Then I can explain it. Then he can explain. He has also to let. Maybe I pity this. That this is my wrong, wrong view. Yeah, this is wrong view. My wrong view. It's also I'm always looking for the other's faults. It's my own karma. Then this again I see this people doing wrong. It's my own karma. No, I never ever looking others' faults again and again. Then the other person explains. If it is just the dhamma, that's acceptable.
If it's reasonable?
If it's reasonable, then you have to accept. If not reasonable, it's not necessary to accept. Like that. This kind, this text is very, very talk about the karma and how you thinking, how you put your calm down, your mind when you have this kind of situation. Slowly read again, slowly think, not just think about, just, today we are at verse 16, 17, 18, and just jump. Just a little bit thinking. That's very good, very meaningful. Then so
you can apply these words to many different meanings. So like here it says the holy ones, right? So this is what upon me for reviling the holy ones. The holy ones here usually refers to the Buddhas, the gurus, the Buddhas, and so forth, right? But also can refer to the friends, like one's friends or families or relatives and so forth. And so you might not, duplicate or defame your holy ones, the holy ones, or your gurus and so forth. But it may happen a lot among your friends, right? Friends, families, relatives, right? So now the verse 19. says, when my material necessities waste away, it is the weapon of my own evil deeds turned upon me for scorning others' necessities. From now on, I shall provide for others' necessities.
아주 내도 바지 저도 개요도 말도 다 랑기라 싸샤비가는 노르다 롱슛 고백제 가리 요바나도 소치 다지 미시노 그만해서 조서 봐 담매들 나서 봐 안에 뭐 연구를 와서 연구를 했어 저도 연구한다 내려오는 가지로 봐 너 소소 강 싸샤바데 소소 배제 땅 맡아 봐라 신지 원조서
And so when our material necessities, the possessions, the wealth, possession that we have accumulated, when that that wastes away, so that gets destroyed, that gets stolen, and so forth.
You got this happen? Maybe not right. Really not right. 근데 좋아하는 데들 가르쳐서나 아니 그러니까 대장가 사람만 만나서 연지로 코바체데 연지다 근데 롱쇼 밤에도 롱쇼 봐 아니 소소야 그만 잡아 좋아 어떻게 되긴 되고다 세들랑 소리들이 영어를 해서로
So that when that happens, then it is the result of the a negative karma. So to turn upon me for like scorning.
아니 다른 제니는 또 아니 다른 또 아니 제 체스빈 저거야 그래서
So it's also so it could it is also because of depriving others or separating others from their possession, their wealth, and so forth. So stealing, right, taking away others' possession and so forth. So now, because of that, now your possession gets gets taken away by others and goes waste and so forth. But also it says like turn upon me for scorning others. So scorning others. So when you do that, think of others as worthless and so forth, or their necessities. So don't think about. So if it is your own, you care so much about it, right? So if it's your if it's the water at your home, you would like, be very careful you not waste it. If you're outside in the hotel and so forth, you say, oh yes, I paid for it. So you just use it as much as more than is really necessary, like that. So that is like scorning, right? Scorning others' necessities like that. And so it's because of that, then your necessities, your possessions, your wealth, and it gets wasted and so forth.
그래다 단도서 같이 연지가 사베가 노르들라 다 수수 롱쇼 밤에도 제가 말해서 대체와나 주마 수수 방고 장나가다. 아니 수수 대양 주들이 하나 되는 거 그래서.
So when when it is others' possession, you don't care so much about it. You just use it, unconscientiously, right? So you just use it unconscientiously. So that is not good. So if you do that, then one will be deprived of one's possession in the future. And especially if it is a general possession, of the community, then it is even worse. There's a more serious negative karma there. So whether you need it or not, using it carelessly is very serious negative karma. And so usually the monks are so there's a rule for the monks to carry their own mat. So it's we call it dingwa. So it's called mat, and it's a piece of cloth actually. It's a piece of cloth that you cover on the cushion. And so the cushion is not yours, right? Cushion belongs to the monastery, to the temple. So like here, this cushion It's not mine, not yours. It is the center, right? And so it's the community. So if you sit on that, you're using it. So you don't, so we don't really have the rights to use it, and especially like if we destroy it, right, by spilling something on it or by making it dirty and so forth. So that mat is to protect that. And so that you will not create a negative karma of causing or destroying the general possession of the community of the monastery. And so for that reason, then monks are proscribed to carry this piece of cloth, it's called a mat, to cover on the cushions in the temple.
Yeah. Anyway, today that kanji shitela pamel longshi said tape dipachi boy baros. Today that kanji maji any digan devala ya ji mago bala susu ji bango chana ga da. And susu kadina said and go and point of
So carelessly using the things of others and of the general community and so forth is very seriously to come. So if one does that, then in the future one will be deprived of wealth, one will become very poor, like a beggar and so forth.
What the ta jenji yoshi pap dramatana ta te is a dramatana ta telachi. Jenny Japcha Susu Telon Shading and the Palmet Lumash of the kitchen.
And so even if one is not able to accumulate the wealth for others or for the community, not using it carelessly is very important.
Okay, then we stop here. Today we went to 3 verses, 3 or 4. Now next time we'll go a little bit. We can go a little bit faster, okay? Any questions? Yes?
Michelle, I was wondering, why is it like when I'm at work and I'm with somebody, I can, for 8 to 10 hours, I get along great, we work well together, we laugh, enjoy the day, and then within 10 minutes around my brothers, I'm fighting.
I don't know.
It's very different with the people in my work. I get along great. I go to see my brother and fighting with him within a few minutes. It's so, karma is very different, and I never understood why.
I don't know. Maybe this is maybe you and your brother both have fault. Maybe your brother thinks he's the younger or older.
Both older, yeah.
And they think so. They're the older one. They think they're the best.
They're right.
They're right. Then you think you are the youngest one. You have the right. Then you guys have very strong ego come together. Then they cannot accept each other's. The workers, of course, they just different people come. Then secondly, if you are very nice each other, then maybe the owner will fire you guys. They will many different kinds. I don't know exactly why.
So when they like my brothers, for example, if they project so many faults onto me, it's not that I always have the faults that they're seeing. It's their projection, right?
Not that time you think about this.
Yeah.
Because I did like that people time always faults are looking for others. Now this is my own karma then you think that. Then you just explain if you are not fault. But you think that time, oh this I did this, we just talked tonight. Previous time, I always looking, for the others. We say, I call the Tamba holy means. No, holy means just only teachers, Buddha, all the, workers, friends, Dhamma friends, even the friends in the family. Then this is my karma. Then you put down your, a little bit you are angry. Then you have some reason, then you can explain. I don't know exactly what, you and your brothers.
See, so it's both of our kind of egos. It's not just
I
one.
think there's the egos here.
Yeah.
You think you are the youngest, smallest, the one. Then usually the family, is smallest. The youngest one's more precious, right? The parents take care of, the smallest one. Then you think I'm the smallest one, I'm the precious one. They think because we are the older, we are right, you know. Maybe they think you they teach for you, you know. Anyway, I don't know exactly. Then you think the karma is, then they makes you little calm down. I don't know if they fix the problem or not. But they little calm down you.
This will calm me down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay? Yeah, anytime, you know, for us, the reason is our studies, our minds will calm down, right? The reason is 나중에 그바 소데 소소그 셈마시 데이터 하시더라고요.
The purpose of studying the Dharma, is to calm your mind, right?
Therefore, you can check many different ways. You know. This is very, very powerful, very directly book when you think about the karma. Therefore, you know, study it and think about this. Okay?
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Okay, thank you. Then we stop. Okay? Who is it? Chanting master?